Manja, 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 manja. Let's welcome in as they come in style. We are honoring Mr. Clever Mboha here for his industrious and illustrious achievements. The Vice Chancellor's guests, the recipient of the award and his wife. Once again, a very special welcome to the convocation ceremony for the Honorary Doctorate Conferment on Mr. Mpoha, Clever Mpoha, this evening, today on the 24th October 2022. It's now my rare honor and privilege to introduce, rather invite, Myles Leadership University Registrar, or should I say the Director of Programs, Dr. Matthew Godwin, to read a speech on behalf of the Registrar. A big hand for Dr. Matthew Mario.
It will interest you to know that Myles Leadership University is reputed internationally as an innovative academic institution that strives to create a new normal in the training of future leaders. Myles Leadership University is poised to train about 5 million ethically sound entrepreneurs and leaders with the right skill set for optimal performance in Africa and the world at large by 2035. I want to say this. This is actually the first time that the Vice Chancellor of Myles Leadership University will leave the four walls of the university to come confer doctorate on anyone. For us as a university, we truly value Dr. Mpoha. After reading his profile and when he was nominated for the doctorate and we had done due diligence, we thought he's truly a man that is worthy of celebration. And it took us a long journey to get here. But I can categorically say it was worth it. Dr. Mpoha, I want to say that Zambia is truly blessed and honored to have you. In case you decide to change your nationality, we would like to have you in our country. On that note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want you to relax and have a swell time. We're here to celebrate a change maker. We're here to celebrate a trailblazer, a pathfinder, a man that has contributed and given of his time and his gifting to making his world a better place. So if you're here tonight, you're in the right place. I want to say congratulations to you in advance. Have a beautiful night. Thank you very much.
It's now my rare honor and privilege to invite Professor Dr. Ravi Acharya, I hope I said his name correct now, the Vice Chancellor of Myles Leadership University, to come and give his address. A big hand for the Vice Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen.
Pujjaya Raghavendraya Satyadharmarataaya cha Bhajatam Kalparukshaya Ramtam Kamadhenave. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate everyone, and I would like to say Happy Independence Day for Zambia. It's my big pleasure being here on the Independence Day of Zambia. It is not that only for Zambia, I'm also part of it. I feel it is mine, and it is really wonderful occasion and really nice to see all colorful faces of Zambians and in and around country. There are so many guests, distinguished leaders, entrepreneurs, and family friends of Mr. Clever. Okay, we can say Dr. Clever. So it fills my heart with joy by seeing this colorful program. Mainly when it comes to university, when it comes to a speech of Vice Chancellor, everybody will think that, oh, it is really boring. There are so many other entertainment programs will be there. In this, I really enjoyed the entertainment program and also the traditional way of welcoming. I respect the tradition, I respect the nation, I respect everyone here. And one important thing I would like to share here in front of everyone. Myles Leadership University, the name itself is involved with the leadership. Leadership is the one where the leader and ship. Every student of Myles Leadership University is a leader of that ship. He should be a leader, is not just he is a big. He is a leader. Every leader is something like a ladder. Just a small correction. Every leader is something like a ladder. He has to make all his team members to climb the success like how he became a leader. We are going to create many leaders, entrepreneurs. We are not just going to create only the students and graduated from Myles Leadership University. We don't want just graduates from the university. We want to create a leader, a real leader to face this world, how to become a leader and how to become a ladder to somebody else. This is the most important things. And once again, I would like to congratulate in advance Mr. Clever and his family. And it is not just award-giving function. It's not just award-giving function. It is a gathering of all meeting. It's a best opportunity for me to see you in this best occasion where I'm also happy all the way from India. While coming, I thought, okay, we are going to meet some good people. So really the best people I'm meeting here. I'm very happy. It fills joy in my heart. Once again, I would like to congratulate everyone to become a leader and think how to become a leader and think that how you can be good for others. That man will definitely become a leader. So congratulate once again and thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. Thank you very much for your kind hospitality which I got in this country. And really it is a memorable thing in my life. I'm not going to forget Zambians anytime because on this special occasion, in the special occasion of independence, 58th Independence Day, it is not just coincidence, it is really the God has created us to meet each other on this particular auspicious day. Thank you very much. So, all the very best to everyone.
I have a great honor today to do the recital of Clever Mpoha on the Honorary Doctorate Degree Award here today at Pamodzi Hotel, 24th October 2022. It's my very rare honor and privilege indeed to invite Mr. Mpoha to come in front as he gets ready to receive the award. A big hand, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Mpoha. You're walking for the last time as Mr. You walk out of here as a doctor. You may be seated, sir. Clever Mpoha was born on 19th May 1969. He went to various primary schools in the village. He did his secondary school in Malawi. He began studying the Association of Accounting Technicians, also known as AAT Level 1, at the Zambia Institute of Management in Chingola. He completed AAT Level 3 in 1994 and immediately started looking for employment. Clever Mpoha held a variety of responsibilities. He started out as a debt collector, climbing the ladder through to the payroll administrator, credit controller, financial accountant, and strategic financial advisor, and later he became branch manager. He first joined Cabo Industrial Fabrics before moving to Kitwe, where he worked for SunTrust Group and Barloworld, respectively. Over the years, he has worked with world-class companies listed on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange in Europe, Asia, Middle East, United States of America, and Africa. He has over 34 years of working experience as a trained accountant, and he is currently pursuing a PhD, an academic PhD, so he's already has another one lined up. He's pursuing an academic PhD in entrepreneurship at the Da Vinci Institute in Johannesburg, South Africa. He is a devoted husband and a father of five children. Clever Mpoha comes from a very humble background, herding cows in the village and hunting small wild animals with dogs in the bush. His journey has been an amazing transformative experience, from a barefoot one which started in the village to the skies. In 1997, an encounter with the late Dr. Myles Monroe, whom most of us should know, helped him shape his business ideas. He left employment to start business from a savings that he made up to simply 1,000 United States dollars as a startup capital, and used it to begin, or rather to start, what is now Zambia's big conglomerate called Savenda Management Services. Founded in 1997, Savenda Management Services is a global provider of supply chain and logistics solutions. Clever Mpoha is the company's founder and chief executive officer. Savenda Management Services, SMS, if you wish, together with its associated companies, is a well-known multi-dimensional operator in the business solutions space with stakes in a number of different sectors, including mining, agriculture, renewable energy, telecommunications, medical equipment, petroleum, chemical, and many more. The conglomerate and Mr. Mpoha share a Pan-African perspective on life and business, driven to deliver more than just value for money in each of their areas of interest. The conglomerate was founded on the principles of save nations to develop Africa. I repeat, save nations to develop Africa. That's what forms the name Savenda, save nations to develop Africa, such a powerful motto. The multi-talented businessman who began his career at the young age of 18 used his experience in life, work, and business experience to strategically grow Savenda from 1,000 United States dollars as startup capital to now over 500 million United States dollars as annual revenue. He had the stable, all-encompassing environment he needed to do all of this, and more because of his faith, his understanding wife, his more than 12-year accounting career, and his exposure to ideas of luminaries like Myles Monroe. He currently collaborates with the Hand of Hope Foundation in Zambia, serves as an honorary member of the Lusaka Lions Club, Zone 513, and promotes the education of girls through the Tembekile Mandela Foundation in South Africa, academic sponsorships, which are called Savenda Award of Excellence and St. Mary's Secondary School here in Lusaka. Savenda is a forward-looking and well-established player in the procurement and logistics solutions globally, and has several international partners serving the mines, telecommunications, energy, agriculture, automotive, petrochemical, and medical fields, including government. Savenda has therefore committed to supporting Zambia and Africa's journey to suitable economic development future. It is for this reason, or rather these reasons, ladies and gentlemen, Myles Leadership University is giving this award to him for his outstanding contribution in the areas of youth development, business development and management, supply chain and logistics, solutions, mentorship, leadership, and philanthropy. His leadership qualities rather, and productivity of thoughts have placed him on a pedestal above all his equals. Ladies and gentlemen, you agree with me that this man deserves what is happening together. A big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Before we proceed, three of the colleagues and any other person that would like to give first-hand testimony. I'm going to begin by inviting Professor Tankian Kunsatan from the University of Zambia just to give a brief testimony about, for now, Mr. Clever Mpoha. A big hand for Dr. Constantine.
So good evening, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am Professor Kushandan, working at the University of Zambia. It is my honor and privilege to be here at the Honorary Doctorate Awards ceremony to share my experience with Mr. Clever. I met Mr. Clever and his wife Esther in 1998, the year I came to Zambia. Mr. Clever and his wife had been very actively involved at the church where I was attending, that's called Miracle Life Family Church. Whenever I hear his success stories in the print and electronic media, I always remember the prophecy which he received at the church. One day we had a special guest speaker from South Africa, and he was ministering at the church 3 days. At the end of the day, the minister did not know anything about Mr. Clever's life, but he was moved by the Spirit of God. I remember the prophecy which he gave to him. And Mr. Clever was sitting at the back. He went to his bed, told him that the money and wealth going to follow his life all the days. Probably Mr. Clever had never understood anything about the word of prophecy at that time. But I can see today God's faithfulness and goodness all the days of his life. God started working in his life, changed his mind, and undertook his journey. Probably he never imagined or thought where he was going to be today. He started a very humble journey, but he never let the circumstances dictate his destiny. In my conversation with him today, he said, the world's wealth is controlled by 3% of people who think differently. Today, he became one of the 3% group who think differently. So someone said there are no limits what you can accomplish except the minds you place on your own thinking. If your mind can conceive it and the body can achieve it. When you believe that you can do it, and how to do develops. So I remember the story, the one who can see the invisible, but they can achieve impossible in life. So I remember the John F. Kennedy words said, ask not what the country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. And that's a living testimony with the Clever Paul experience. And the Roosevelt said, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and the small minds discuss people. You don't have to go to the Harvard Business School to get business degrees to become a millionaire. If you sit with him one day, Mr. Clever can transform your ideas and imagination, say how to create wealth. So we are really proud of you, sir, for all the wonderful accomplishment, what you have done to the family, community, the country, and the world at the large. It would take a whole day if I started narrating all the things he has done to the country. it will take the whole time. But I would like to briefly talk about a few things. Over the past 20 years, Savenda Management Group have contributed a number of projects and activities and able to positively impact the well-being of the country. Some of the projects and activities include promoting arts and growth of the creative industry, reconstructed various development programs, including tourism activity and development, and supporting various emergency and disaster relief efforts, supporting various learner programs, improving girl child education, and also supplied ventilators during the COVID-19 pandemic, and contributed to the management and the prevention of the COVID, supporting the development of local infrastructure, including school, improving road accessibility and transport infrastructure, construction of community boreholes, providing clean and safe water to the community, and where the community had no access to the clean water, and people in the community experienced a lot of waterborne diseases. And construction of police posts, the supporting local law enforcement, supporting various women and youth empowerment initiatives, and also supporting to uplift the underprivileged people in various communities. So congratulations on your being awarded the deserving honorary degree by the Myles Leadership University today. Thank you.
And I would like to right away invite Sister Agnes Zimba from St. Mary's Secondary School to come and give her testimony. A big hand for the sister, please.
The guest of honor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I simply say, all protocol observed. I'm greatly honored for this rare opportunity to share about the many good things Savenda Group of Companies, through its social corporate responsibilities, has done for St. Mary's Secondary School. Itemizing each and every situation where Savenda has come to the aid of the school may require more time than what has been allocated to me. However, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to bring to your attention the backdrop of the relationship between Savenda Group of Companies and St. Mary's Secondary School. These two institutions have one thing in common: the education of the girl child. While the schools strive to offer quality education to the girl child, Savenda has for the past 12 years served as a motivator for our pupils to work extra hard through the Savenda Awards of Excellence. These awards show that not only does Savenda Group of Companies have a heart for the general education, but also advocates for excellency in the academic and co-curricular performance of the girl child. The Savenda Awards have seen the overall best performing pupils walk away with very attractive and motivating awards. This award is given to each and every best performing pupil from each grade, and the overall pupil gets the Savenda Golden Award of Excellence. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to say that this has made our school to be one of the best performing schools in the country. In 2020, St. Mary's Secondary School emerged the best performing school nationwide. Because of the Savenda Award, a lot of our girls have been identified for scholarships by a number of sponsors. For instance, the American Embassy has taken interest and is now assisting in sponsoring our girls with schools with full scholarships in various universities in America. Chilekwa Makai is one of the notable girls who benefited from these sponsorships. She was sponsored to study chemical engineering in New York and has since graduated. She is now an employee of the American government in New York. She is just one of the many girls that have benefited through Savenda Awards. Our girls are ever competing to do better while being motivated by the Savenda Awards. In conclusion, I would like to thank Savenda Group of Companies for sacrificing their resources towards promoting quality girl-child education. We wish them well as they continue to save nations and develop Africa. Thank you.
Last but not the least, let me invite Dr. Lisala Mulambia to come and give the last testimony. He holds a PhD in organizational leadership with emotional intelligence, fellow of the Zambia Institute of Marketing, fellow of the Zambia Institute of Human Resource Management, member of the Golden Key Society of International Honors, and senior lecturer in entrepreneurship at the Copperbelt University. Big hand for him.
To the Vice Chancellor of Myles Leadership University, to Mr. and Mrs. Impoa, to the men and women of God, I can see some here, the family members, invited guests, and all protocols observed. I have known him not only through family ties, but that is not important. What is important is entrepreneurship. And therefore, even as we had continued discussing, certain things have come up. One, I think we have agreed that entrepreneurship is an attitude of mind. And we know very well that anybody can be an entrepreneur. There are certain things that we have agreed amongst many, that there must be a vision, there must be honesty, there must be integrity, there must be action, and above all, one should be ready to take risks. I think this man and his wife have done just exactly that. And as a teacher of entrepreneurship, I look forward to many, many young people, but even ordinary other people can be entrepreneurs. I personally believe that is the way to go. Even my children, they are all entrepreneurs. For your information, I didn't tell you. In one of the cooperatives where I'm the chairman, we were supposed to be discussing on the shares. They told me, no, we can't allow you and your family to have shares because you are an entrepreneur. Your wife is an entrepreneur. Your 4 children are entrepreneurs. If we give them 10, then the whole cooperative will belong to your... Having said that, as my testimony with the honorable gentleman here you have heard so much. I know professionally is in accounting, but that has not made him just be able to be collecting money and keeping the money. But he has gone further in producing money. He's a practicing entrepreneur. A man with his wife who decided to say enough is enough making money for somebody else. We are now going to make money for ourselves. And knowing very well that they didn't have much, but they had to create out of what's available. Entrepreneurship, as he did, as I know him, as we have discussed, he didn't know that I was examining him. And that's why when I was invited, I was the first one to jump on the bandwagon to come here, so that we can learn, even as he's being awarded today, that we can also follow and learn from what he has accomplished. He has taken risks, identified, and has taken on the opportunities that have availed. Indeed, even with those opportunities he has taken, as you have heard, he's a philanthropist. Well, that word is whatever it is, philanthropist. Now, how did I come close to knowing this man? Although there's some relationship, because I'm also the chairman of the royal establishment, where half of his ancestry is from my tribe. And when you find us speaking, please, we are always on Radio 1. My chief, and our secretary traveled, and we had a very serious discussion because we thought that he has invested so much elsewhere, but he has not invested where the mother comes from. And I took it upon myself to come and discuss with him at great length. And from there, I think I told you that I traveled to the village to take the gospel of the investment that he was making in our chiefdom. More than that, because I'm a teacher, there is a book which I think all of you should take some time to read. The business side of Clever Power. Maybe, I think Mari Pangamiste Kumpera Kilevain. The name betrays him. And I think somebody else said it in our discussion. From what you may learn from him, he identified the gaps that people required, and he treated them as opportunities. He looked at what were the requirements that people needed. And if you've read some of the writers on entrepreneurship, that you can only make money if you do recognize what is it that people want. I think you may have read even in social media. Unless you begin to understand, and that's what this man did. Whatever he saw, even things that were not so pleasing, he turned them. When he was given lemonade, he didn't complain that I have ulcers. Instead, he turned those lemons into lemonade. And that's why today we are able to celebrate the way we are celebrating. And that can also be done, because even as we are here to witness his conferment, it is a very clear lesson that some of us are sleeping. Some of us are dozing. So, Mr. Paul, continue to open your eyes so that they see more. And I know that sometimes when you're doing fine, you always have in the Bible, but they'll always be there when you're working. So if they can't be with you, leave them behind and go ahead. So we see that he had a vision, he created a vision, executed the strategies that go with the vision, and now what we see are the results that are coming out. Is a man who always is after knowledge. And as I hear some of you, particularly Pastor Chino, I always listen to your testimonies when you're saying, you know, that my people perish due to lack of knowledge. And this man has done the same. If he has sought knowledge and has found it and has put it into practice, and we can see the results, although this morning I refused. He wanted to make me come by his bus. He says it is a plane on the road. But I told him the roads are so bad compared to the air where there are no potholes. Having said that, I think for me and for many of you, it's a testimony enough that the man has so much knowledge and it deserves to be in the Super League. The Super League, to be called Dr. Mpoha. And lastly, I will not say much because others have said, if you really want to know what this man has done, has journeyed together with his wife and family, I ask that you get a copy, because immediately I saw this, I told him, can you give me the books, please, and you write inside. And I took them to the library. Did you receive something from the librarian from CBU? Yeah. Because we acknowledge and because we teach entrepreneurship, that is the way to go now. There are no jobs. We must create jobs. So there is the business mind of Clever Mpoha. Please give him a big hand.
In the interest of time, we will end the speeches here. I would have loved to ask as many as have had an encounter with both Mr. Mpoha and Savenda to give their testimonies of how they have interacted with him. It's now my rare honor and privilege to invite the Director of Programs, who will come with the Vice Chancellor of Myles Leadership University, to come and do the ceremony of conferring the honorary degree. And if you so wish, you can call him Mr. Mpoha for the last time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the time that the conferring is being done, and Myles Leadership University is coming to confer the honorary degree on Mr. Mpoha based on the case that has been laid to you, which I have no doubt, in your minds you have no doubt, that is an intact case. May I now request Mr. Mpoha to stand and step back. So the Myles Leadership University will do it in style, just as they honor their graduates. They're going to confer the degree, honorary degree, and this is how it's happening. As my mulimo mono. So lovely.
be it hereby certified and upon satisfactory fulfillment of the prescribed requirements, the Board of Trustees, Council, and Senate of Myles Leadership University hereby confer upon Clever Mpoha degree of Doctor of Entrepreneurship, honorary causa, with all right, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto in testimony, where the seal of the university and signature, as authorized by the Board of Trustees, Council, and Senate, are hereby affixed this 24th day of October, the year 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dr. Clever Mpoha. Thank you very much. We'll take some more photos later on. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Dr. Clever Mpoha to give his acceptance speech. Sir.
I'm so delighted. I must say, I'm grateful to see all of you this evening in your support. Each one of you is very important to me. I must say thank you very much. Vice Chancellor, members of the Myles Leadership University Senate, my lovely wife Esther, and our children. Are you here? Invited guests, friends and family, greetings. It is an honor for me to be invited to this ceremony today to receive an honorary doctorate of entrepreneurship. I must say, we only know one thing is to make money, but this is humbling. From the Myles Leadership University, one of the finest universities in India and Africa that is dedicated to research and education. Vice Chancellor, I accept this honorary doctorate degree with gratitude. As I reflect, in case you didn't hear, Vice Chancellor, I accept this honorary doctorate degree with gratitude as I reflect on the words from the statement of recognition issued by the University Senate, which reads, and I quote, "The university is giving this award to you for your outstanding contribution in the areas of youth development." You know, we need youth development, business development, management, supply chain, logistic solutions, mentorship, leadership, and the philanthropy. I think my uncle had a problem with that. Your leadership qualities and profundity of thoughts have placed you on a pedestal above all your equals. End of quote. These words, Vice Chancellor, not only humble me, they also challenge me to do even more. To continue to inspire young minds in our nation, in Africa, and across the world. Our young men need someone they should look up to. And this is what I'm here for. As a student of life, I myself was equally inspired by Dr. Myles Mlu at a conference I attended in Johannesburg, South Africa in 1998, where he challenged us to each take control of our stories and change our own lives. To shift our thinking from looking for opportunities for ourselves to creating them for others, and in so doing, becoming impactful entrepreneurs and global citizens. Vice Chancellor, this honorary doctorate not only comes as a conferment on me, Clever Mpoha, but also on the hundreds of our talented employees, consultants, business associates who work tirelessly behind the scenes and immensely contribute towards making the successful running of our business possible on a global scale. I don't know if in the audience, we can break protocol, just if we have some members of staff from our group who can just stand for 1 second for people to know to see you. Members of staff, please. Thank you very much. As I've said, this honorary doctorate is also for you. In this regard, I would like to extend a special thanks to the Myles Leadership University Senate and to you, Vice Chancellor, and your team for looking beyond academics and curriculum in conferring this doctorate of entrepreneurship. For me, it might not have been nights of writing dissertations, but sleepless nights spent strategizing, preparing bidding documents, and meeting various business deadlines. While I still recognize the importance and benefit of a strong academic background, my goal throughout the establishment of our business, Savenda, Save Nations to Develop Africa, was to inspire a majority of those who lack opportunities but have the mind and commitment to achieve something great. I believe that much like myself today, those are the winners. People who diligently and passionately live beyond themselves to transform the way things are done. Vice Chancellor, not only are we celebrating this conferment today, we are also celebrating our country's independence, a reminder of the significance of fighting for a free life and a free mind. Removed from boundaries and limitations to build a better and fulfilling communities for ourselves and all those around us. No one will develop Africa unless we do. And I'm here to challenge all of you that we must start thinking different. The university's mission of raising and empowering the next generation of change makers and industry leaders has been a mission that I've equally aspired to achieve. So I once again thank the Myles Leadership University for this honor. I thank our members of staff for all their hard work, without whom this rare opportunity would not have arrived. Our invited guests, business associates, friends for gracing this event. It cannot be an honor without you. You deserve a clap. My wife Esther, our children, and all the families for your support throughout this journey. I must say, for a businessman or a business entrepreneur, you are less home, but more out, and you need to have an understanding wife, and that's what you are. Thank you very much. Just to mention on this particular point, when she realized that I'm busy, she would say, you need to take a kid to school. And then I'm reminded that my father, besides I'm a businessman, so family comes first. And thank you for always pushing me to that direction. Our foundation of our group is based on God principles, and we always have 5 values, which is forward-looking and working as a team. And you can't work as a team without respecting each other, so our value of respecting each other, And for what purpose? Because we are passionate about our customers, who are the reason we're in business. And ladies and gentlemen, all these things cannot matter, but we always say putting integrity first in all our dealings. And that's what we stand for. For us, integrity is not what you write and do. Our integrity is in what you say and do. So when you say something, you better mean what you say, because other people will rely on your word. And therefore, the word means something, and we have to rise above integrity. Above all else, we thank God Almighty for guiding us and making every achievement possible. Without God in your equation, success cannot be achieved. Thank you very much.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I just say, all protocol observed. I speak for a lot of us when I say we needed a night like this. A night where we can celebrate, where we can laugh, we can dress up and look nice and honor a man that has inspired and impacted all of us. But not only the man, but the different institutions, and also the woman that has supported and stood behind him throughout the many years that he has worked hard. For most people, when they hear about Mr. Mpoha or Savenda, they see the fruit that has blossomed. They see the work that is out in the public. But for us as a family, we remember a father who sacrificed many nights, missed many presentations, missed a lot of recitals, but made time every morning to take us to school. He made time to balance out his life despite the sacrifices that were called of him. And all those things happened in private. Maybe because of the divine hand of God, he hid him away and revealed him for a time such as this. So I'm sure I speak not only for my family, but for everyone here today in thanking the Myles Leadership University, in recognizing and honoring him, thanking 28 Credentials of Entrepreneurs, in recognizing not just him, but his wife, the foundation, and Savenda Management Services. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, we also thank you for sacrificing your time on today, a day of independence, when most people had plans to rest, others had plans to meet with family. You sacrificed your time and shared that time to celebrate with us. You shared that time to toast the different things that are being celebrated here today. Most of you have been part of this 25-year journey and have made the difference that has brought all of us here today. So for that, we thank you. I would be failing in my duties if I also didn't recognize the organizers. All the beautiful things you see here today were hours and hours of preparation, sleepless nights, and exactly like Dr. Vitashi pointed out, it was an award that came at short notice, but we had to pull it off. So in a space of 1 week, we organized and prepared everything. And that's why even as I stand here, halfway through the event, I left my heels somewhere else, and I picked up slippers because things needed to get done. But it was worth it. And it took a village. Like any great undertaking, there were many hands that brought this event together. From the decorations to the lighting, the media team, the DJ, the different MCs, some of whom were called on last notice, but still made it work. So thank you to our event planner, Beyond Decor Zambia. Thank you to our organizing team, Tani, our ushers, Chomba and Isabel, the photographers, our media coordinator, Patrick Senga, our tech team, George Mwamba, the logistics people. For all these people to be here today, there were 6, 7 drivers picking this one, dropping that one, forgetting our shoes. We had to make sure the makeup artists are in the right place. So those people also deserve some accolades because they equally contributed to the success of this event. So thank you to each and every one of you, those that participated in making it happen, those that are here sharing it with us. And I want to say to myself, because it was difficult, but here we are. So with those few words, and with the gratitude of a family, not just the Mpoha family, but the Savenda family, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a blessed evening.